Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're tuning in. My name is Jonathan Torres-Herrera, and you are watching the JTH show. Wow. Yeah, you saw that. We have a heavy topic today. I know that I do these a lot. It feels good to be back, by the way. Feels real good to be back. I missed you. I know you've missed me too. I know you're saying it. Today we're going to talk about a protest that happened in New Mexico. But first, all right, we're back, guys. I feel so excited. I've been busy. I'm so sorry. I've neglected you. It's not you, it's me. I'm a busy person, and yeah, I haven't had a chance to do one of these, but the show for today, I've actually been meaning to do for quite some time. I'd say, I don't know, about a week now. So the incident we're going to talk about today did initially take place on the 15th of this month, of June 15th. When it came out, I'm like, I got to talk about this, right? I was gathering information, work gets in the way, and I'm like, man, should I even go back to the topic? Talking to my wife, right? You know, my better half, she's like, yeah, talk about it. You got to come back somehow. You got to say something, right? So, all right, perfect. So I'm preparing a video last night. And then I come across all these crazy updates that I'm like, holy crap, we got to talk about this. We oh my God, I can't believe, you know what? Before we get into the points, we're going to cue up the video. Please make sure that you understand that viewer discretion is advised. There is some heavy stuff that you're about to see and hear. So if you have children, you know, what do you call those curse, you know, muffin mittens or whatever you call them? You know what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm just, you know, haven't covered their ears. Roll the video.
Get your hands off of that! What is your problem? Get your hands off of her! Get your hands off of them! Get your hands off! Get your hands off of them! The New Mexico Civil Guard is here assaulting peaceful protesters. Oh! Get his license plate! He just shot him!
The
just murdered somebody. Shut the fuck up, you just murdered somebody. What is your problem?
All right. So yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot to take in. I did write an article in our San Diego-Tijuana.com news site, and it's I should say the San Diego Tijuana Times. It is on there. It actually will be linked down in the description, so you can kind of see the written format of the show and some other bullet points that I might miss out, whatever. In full disclosure, I do have a bias already, right? And I think I've said it in the past in other shows where you have individuals that show up to protest, right? Whether it be this one or any of the ones that we've had over the last, 2-3 months at this point, more or less, and show up armed. Some of them armed to the teeth with guns, full-blown, assault rifles. I know there's some people out there like, dude, stop calling them assault rifles. Just a rifle. Whatever, man. You call them whatever you want to call them. I call them how I see them and how I have known them. Okay? And I said it before. I'll link to the video somewhere here where I talked about it. And then I talked about it again when you had other protesters that showed up after an initial group showed up with guns, right? And now we have an actual shooting, that took place at a protest where you saw the video. People showed up with guns. JT, this could have happened anywhere. Okay? That's not the point. JT, but you didn't see the guy got assaulted. That's not the point. For those of you guys that might be telling me that. If you're listening, understand that when you bring a weapon that is meant to do exactly what you just saw, takes someone else's life potentially. Now, the individual that was shot in this video, he wasn't killed. Fortunately. But he could have been. Was he shot? Yes. Did he have to go to the hospital because of gunshots? Yes. Gunshots that occurred at a protest? Yes. You get where I'm going with this? All right. So let's get into some of the facts, right, that I have here in front of me for you guys. So the man that committed the shooting and the assault, because you saw him throw the woman to the floor, right? Who, by the way, is still unidentified. At least as of the moment that I'm recording this video, and I've done some research. His name is Stephen Ray Baca Jr. He's 31 years old. And again, this occurred out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And specifically in their historic district, which is called Old Town. Many cities have them. We have an Old Town here in San Diego as well. So, it's a place that usually, and I mentioned that we have one here too, because if it's anything like the one we have here, many times they have statues, sculptures, some kind of monument that, that pays some kind of homage to, people in history. Now, what's happening right now, as some of you guys may or may not agree, is that there's a lot of individuals saying, I don't want my city to pay homage or respect to individuals that, while in their time, they did some debatably good things, they also did some horrendous things, right? Atrocious acts including in this particular case, this statue, by the way, they were trying to take down was of Juan de Oñate. He's a 16th century Spanish explorer, or some would say conquistador, which just means, he went on to basically, forcefully take over some parts of what's now known in the U.S. In this case, he went to New Mexico, which, by the way, this guy went on to become the governor of New Mexico. And while he was there, he cut off the feet of 24 captive tribal warriors. Now, there's a lot more than what I'm explaining to that part of history. I know that. But the point is that individuals that want these statues taken down, which the same can be said about other figures that came after, like Oñate, like even Jefferson, right? One of the founding fathers. I believe it was taken down in a school somewhere. They want him down because of the things that they did. Sure, again, I've heard many arguments. Some of these guys stood for great things they did, but they also did some really crappy things during their time that by today's standards, it's unacceptable, right? And because of what happened, at this point, a month and a half ago, I mean no disrespect, just a lot has been going on, and I'm referring to the George Floyd situation. I don't know exactly the date, but I know it's recent enough where people now are bringing up other topics, right? It started with the George Floyd and police oppression. It has moved on to other things, including these statues that many believe should be coming down. Okay, so when it comes to back to the New Mexico deal, the reason I was, especially last night, I think I processed it more, but it completely just turned me on for the worse was because this individual, you ready? Was let go. Maybe some of you guys are gonna be like, dude, explain it. He wasn't just let go. All right, calm down, all right? No, he wasn't freed and all charges were dropped. No. But the big one, the shooting was. Again, catch the article that I wrote and I put in detail. But essentially, a district attorney, his last name is Torres, no affiliation. I'm with an S. That guy was with a Z. Dropped the charges because he alleges that the police that attended to the crime scene mishandled it, and they had to drop the charges. Again, in my opinion, probably the worst charge of them all, which is I would say as far as attempted murder. Like I said a minute ago, didn't you see JT? The guy was being attacked. Yes, he was. You don't know. I don't know. Unless someone watching the video from New Mexico that was at the rallies want to speak to this, reach out to me. I would love to have you on the show. For the rest of us, we weren't there. We don't know if the people going after Baca, right, his last name, was maybe the woman that he just threw to the floor was someone's girlfriend. How would you react if that was your sister, your girlfriend, your mom? We don't know. Now, there are pictures, and I hope they weren't Photoshop. But there is a picture out there that I saw. I might put it here after post-production, or during post-production, that shows a brief frame where a protester in black, as they're chasing Baca, the guy in blue, by the way, and I pointed at him with a red arrow in the video, in case it wasn't obvious enough, does have a knife that he's trying to use, or something that looks like a knife, trying to use it against Baca, right? So yes, was there something for him to protect himself over? Yes. I'm not arguing that at all. Did he incite what happened? Yes. And I hope we can also agree on that. Clearly, right? From the beginning of the video, if you want to go to my website or you want to rewind this video, it's there. He is seen way at the beginning, pause it. And I wasn't able to get more of that initial clip, like shoving someone when he's already by the statue. Now, I was talking to my wife last night, and I'm like, look at him. He's walking around, and he goes up to the behind the statue, kind of sees like, what the hell's going on back there? What's going on? In my opinion, and the opinion, by the way, of the judge as well, you can go to the article of what the judge said. He said that it was clear, or it looked, at least, it sure looked like the guy was out there to cause trouble, right? My wife said that she saw, or read rather, that it appears that he was shoving other women as well. Now, to be fair, I'm not of like, oh, it's a woman, it's the worst. No, if you're shoving another person, don't be putting your hands on other people, man, on other human beings, right? Because then this can happen. And I'm pointing this way. People are like, why? Because my monitor is over here, so I keep pointing over here. I don't want you to, don't turn around. Look at me. So he keeps pointing. He keeps pushing people. He keeps inciting violence. And then it led to someone getting shot. All right. Now, what's the worst that could have happened? Well, we pretty much got there. But the guy that he shot could have died. You know, the good thing he didn't. Right? Because who knows what else could have come out of this. Right? He shot in the direction, by the way, if you go back and watch the video, that the crowd was at. So try to picture like the format and everything of the video. And I thought about it so much last night. From where he was pushed. He grabbed the woman, pushed her to the floor. He walked that way, right? I'm just trying to picture if the statue was in front of me. Walk that way. And then scuffle. The crowd's over here. I don't know if when he was shooting, because he didn't do just one shot, if he could have shot someone else, a kid. I don't know if there were kids there. Yes, there's arguments of, well, you shouldn't be bringing kids to that. I get it, man. But I've seen him there. I've seen kids in protests. He could have shot anybody else that was innocent. So the other group that was there was the New Mexico Civil Guard. And this group was there to oppose the protesters that wanted the statue down. What did you notice on them? Guns. Right? Now, the gun that Stephen used looks like it was a handgun. You don't know. I don't care how much you're going to tell me you're an expert of guns. I don't want to talk to people that spill nonsense and they're like know-it-alls. You don't know, and neither do I, if any of those guns that the Civil Guard had are full automatic. Stop it. Stop arguing. For those gun aficionados that might be watching me. You don't know. You don't. Point out, oh, I saw this. You can, look at this. All videos are so grainy you can hardly tell. Now, why is that important? What if Stephen would have had one of those guns? Have you seen how, not a semi, but a gun that has been altered to be full automatic? And by the way, I've been to what they call the flyover states. I've lived in one. New Mexico is not maybe in the center of the country, but it's a lot like Oklahoma. And in Oklahoma, people used to brag to me that they bought this gun and they know how to make him full automatic. Yeah, they could have been bragging, just talking shit. Not really, nothing, Yeah, I don't know that, and neither do you. So with these individuals that were out there with guns, if they would have altered that, if Stephen would have just grabbed it because he would have been maybe panicking, you don't know, and just sprayed one time, who knows who else you could have hit and actually killed, because individuals decided to bring guns to a protest about a statue. About a statue. Do you have a problem with individuals saying, take it down? Go out there and protest with them. Leave your guns at home. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want to have blood on your hands? You want to have death on your hands, potentially? By the way, this guy, this idiot, didn't even have a permit for a gun. A concealed carry permit, for that matter. Excuse me. He didn't. This is all known information. I'm not just talking out of my ass. He didn't even have a permit. So then in my head, I'm like, what about the other guys? Did they have a permit for those, weapons? Again, I don't know. Do you? So those of you guys arguing and saying, well, Second Amendment. Hey, tough guy. I know Second Amendment. I'm actually for it. I have guns. I've said it before. Never have those guns left with me because I'm about to go and do a protest real quick. Sweetie, I'll be back, in about an hour. Give me my gun real quick. I would hope my wife would be like, what? Whoa, what the fuck did you just say? First of all, protest what? Are they stop selling kind of sour fries? What do you mean? Why are you going to protest? And why do you want your gun? That's what I would hope my wife would tell me. Like, what are you doing? So I hope someone's telling those guys, their girlfriends, wives, boyfriends, I don't care. Someone in their life, what are you doing? What do you think you're going to do with that weapon out there? Even if you're like, I am the most responsible gun owner, I would never harm another human being with this gun. Only deer. Okay? So why the fuck is that at a protest? What are you doing? You're posturing. Because it makes you feel tough. Admit it. I'm not even going to tease you about the size of your Twinkie. Because that's what everybody does. I don't even think that's what it is. I think people just want to feel tough. And a gun makes you feel tough. I've gone to the gun range. And you should see how guys walk out of there. You talk about taking steroids. That's what it is, in my opinion. That's what it is. What are they doing? All right. I get the point. I feel like I'm already yelling at you and we just got back to seeing each other and you're like, wow, dude, that's what I fucking came back for? I'm sorry. I apologize. You know how I get. So, what's going to happen? Right? With this Steve guy. Well, like I said, luckily, the guy that he shot survived. The guy that he shot is planning on bringing up a suit. Now, I'm not clear if it's against the Steven guy or against the city for allegedly mishandling the scene. But he's planning on bringing one on, right? So he's well enough where he's already working with a lawyer. The judge said I'm like this about him because in a statement he said, I know the guy is a danger to the community. And this is not verbatim, but that's what he said. That's in a nutshell. But I'm going to let him go. Now here's where you might like, yeah, dude, but why they let him go? Maybe there's nothing on him. Well, first of all, you didn't see the video? Go back and watch the video. For the rest of you, I asked myself the same question. I'm like, yeah, why is he letting him go? It's fucking weird. Well, me and my wife did some digging, some investigative journalism. What? Don't critique me. We did. And it looks like the guy knows people. What do I mean by that? Well, to begin with, this individual ran for city council in 2019. Last year. I know 2018 has been a hell of a year for all of us. 2019. That's what it says, 2019. Did I just say 2018? That's how mad I am, dude. I'm so sorry. Now you guys got my wife laughing over here at me. 2019, I'm sorry. Did I really say 2018? What did I say? Oh, 2018 has been a hell of a year. Is that what I said? Dumbass. 2020. You know what it is? I don't even want to say 2020. Because every time you're like, 2020, it's like, what? It's like, no one talked to you 2020. It's like, you can't get any worse. Hold my beer. By the way, and I say that, by the way, after the freaking earthquake that happened in Mexico. Luckily, I have friends and family, and they were fine, and the majority of people are fine. But, 2020, I'm sorry. It says I'm trying to get 2020 out of my head. 2019, this guy ran for city council. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In addition to that, he lost, by the way. He lost. Don't go Google it. He lost. The guy is the son of a former county sheriff. So going back to the story, all right? This is where you're like, no, yeah, it makes sense now. It does. It does. It really does, right? The guy knows people. Now, who does he know enough to get away with this completely? I don't know. We're going to find out because I'm going to stay on top of this. You best believe it's very likely that I'm going to do a follow-up or at least inject into another video. Why? Because this needs to be also spread like wildfire. It's not just about the cops, guys, which I will do a video. I will talk about it. Some of you guys will agree. Some of you guys won't. And that's okay because we can still be friends because that's the way shit is. But it's not just about people already in power. It's about people that have connection to some form of power that also needs to be held accountable. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. And this guy, if he gets away with it, we should do another rally. We should do don't roll your eyes. We should rally. Maybe not physically, but we should do some social media rallying. I will. And I'm fucking tired of it. I know you are too. Right? Of seeing people that they can get away with it because of who they know. And it's crap. So anyways, we'll do a follow-up. There's a video. There's my opinion about it. I think you guys should be equally upset about this. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's all really I can say about it. Oh, by the way, some good stuff. Shout out to Kingdom 541. You're gonna be like, what the hell is this? Why is he throwing gangs on side? Listen, real quick story. Real quick side story. So I started playing a game. People are gonna be like, he doesn't have time for a video, but pincho, he can play a game. Listen, I play on and off. Don't judge me, okay? I'm not really good at it, but I made some really good friends, including some friends. They're not their real names, right? So I can say it, I think. Shout out, because I owe a shout out to Raven. You know, I said I would do it. There it is. Raven. You're going to be like, who's Raven? Does Monica know who Raven is? She does know. Shout out to the guy. You know, he's a great guy online. We play Game of Thrones Conquest. This is not sponsored by Game of Thrones. But if Game of Thrones, but you want to, I'm right here. It's a fun little game. Honestly, I do it just to make friends. Just friends. You know, you're fucking lonely. I'm not. You're lonely. But yeah. Oh. Right there. The cup. It's a cool cup. Yes, I'm a geek. I understand I am a geek. My wife got me this for Father's Day. See, everybody's doing that now. Thank you. My wife's over there hiding, like someone's watching her. Like, you guys are going to critique her or something. She's embarrassed for me. And I'm the one on camera. This doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you. The show today, I hope it works out because she actually is helping. I bet you're like, oh, le está ayudando. She's actually helping. She's actually doing, I guess, the producer's job and switching cameras. I got fired. Remember that one video that I was like, I got fired from my own show. So she's like, oh my God, I'm not even a techie person. I don't even know how to use an iPhone, but I'll help you because you look ridiculous. So she took over that job and now she's like clicking and stuff like that. We practiced this like 10 times. Exactly like this. I've said this line 10 times already. Just kidding. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you for being here, for listening to me, for laughing with me. We had a good time, didn't we? I look forward to the next video. I don't know what it's going to be exactly. I want to do something a little bit more heart-lighted. Some people have asked me, like, dude, come back with, some advice, man. Like, you get all angry and, I have to mute you and, like, turn you off because you start cussing and you get red and you're brown. I don't understand that. Like, so to you know who you are. I will do a video about, managerial coaching. I love doing stuff like that. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe. Yeah, until next time. See ya.